for me, it's very simple because everyone around you is going to see and treat you the way they see how serious you are about the business. So what I do is I identify that as a weakness. Then if it continues on, we put it in writing. And if it continues on, we tell them until they become very serious about their goals, this is not the place for them to be.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Excellent. Hey, I got a statement and a question. So like Jim Rohn was known for jokingly saying, I'm going to make the people that I work with successful if it kills me. And I damn near died, right? And the question that I have is, at what point do you give up on someone who is not staying consistent with the core values? Like somebody that you see a lot of growth potential in, somebody that you pour yourself into, but that consistency isn't there. I am going to the People's Essentials as well this weekend, by the way. I just was hoping you could give a little preview.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because you see somebody that has so much natural talent. And if you're doing a good job of putting them on this is, and you're going to learn this, we call it the EMM, employee maturity model. So people understand, like, here's how I win. Here's how I have to contribute. Here's how I need to grow personally. Here's how I need to grow professionally. Here's the opportunity financially. And you're setting them up for success, because where there's confusion, there's always failure. So the more clear you can create and paint that picture for someone to succeed inside your business, the higher quality candidate you get and the more activity, because they win when you win. All right. Especially when you align their personal, professional, and financial goals. So this is the magic. Like, this is what we teach. But when you put something in front of somebody and they're just unwilling to go all in, or they're unwilling to press themselves beyond their current level of awareness, or they're unwilling to be committed to development. And yet you see someone that has so much natural raw talent. Now, if all those things are working together and they're still not pushing themselves or following through or holding up to commitments, then for me, it's very simple, because everyone around you is going to see and treat you the way they see how serious you are about the business. So what I do is I identify that as a weakness. Then if it continues on, we put it in writing. And if it continues on, we tell them until they become very serious about their goals, this is not the place for them to be. And we're consistent with that. And we don't compromise it. And so, sometimes you got to let them go. You just got to let them go be who they want to be, so that the rest of your team around you, and you got to make room for people who want to come in. And I always have a saying, I've never, ever lost anyone at any level where I have not replaced them with someone who ultimately was better than they were. Well, part of that is because I have a different perspective myself. Like, I know how good they were and I know how much I wanted from them. So now I'm looking for somebody who can bring that value to me instead of settling for who I hired. So it isn't necessarily the employee. It's the fact that the person in charge, the owner, the founder, the leader, they have a higher belief and operational effectiveness led. Their perspective about what they want is better than it was when they settled before. And if your business is growing and scaling, then you don't even know what that person or that role should look like when you're 15 million versus 3. So if the person that you have at 3 is the same person at 15, and then all of a sudden they leave and you bring somebody in who knows how to take you to 50, you're going to have a whole different experience. So look, I would say be consistent, follow through. And then for the people who are demonstrating that they're fully engaged, they're fully aligned, and there's no better system in the world to figure this out than Cardone U, because if people quit training and they quit role playing, or they're unwilling to do it, it's because they want to then practice on your customers. And I would never allow anybody that works for me to practice on my customers. So DJ, you just got to stay consistent with the people that you're developing, with the expectations, with how they win with the business, and don't compromise it. And if you do that, eventually you won't have to be disappointed for the people who chose to leave, because you're going to be so excited for the people who are choosing to stay.
I really appreciate that insight. That gave a lot of value there, and I can't wait to learn even more, to piggyback on the teamwork book, which, by the way, if any of you haven't read Teamwork yet, the resources alone in the back of this book are worth the price of entry. So get that book too.
Awesome. Love it.